Hello. Are we streaming? We are. If you don't know what I'm playing right now, we are in Minecraft. Minecraft is one of those games that you really just gotta play it, you know? And this is the world that I've been in for 15,000 days, 15,581 days. You guys haven't seen the progression of that, but it's been, a part of my life for the last, I don't know, fucking 5 years. And this is my collection of items that I want to fill out and, really eventually just have this whole wall full and it all be golden panels, All the specifically lit up ones are ones that I've filled up. Ones that aren't are items that I've not. You know, some items are harder to get than others, like the fucking Nautilus shells that are gonna take forever, but, you know, we ball. In the amount of Nautilus shells I do have is a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, getting fucking 6 stacks of them is a Herculean task. But I'm gonna need more than that. And the Heart of the Seas are legitimately hard, too. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get the more of those. I don't know how I'm gonna get a stack, let alone 54 stacks. Ooh. Wait, does this fall under potion, or is this... This is Dragon's Breath. No, because I can't even summon the dragon anymore. Huh. Essentially, if you guys don't know, my end dimension is kaput. It's gone. There is no end dimension. It's awesome. Yonder. So this is the dimension that has quite a few diamonds in it. This is all that remains. Basically. A diamond chalice, the diamond arches. You got the stronghold over here. Which is completed, I think. Yeah, these towers are complete, even though they're wrong in some areas. Jesus Christ, I need to fix, like, any minor imperfections as I see them. Because eventually they'll eat me alive. I don't think these tunnels are done specifically, but they are opened up. And then we'll work on getting these guys gone, which is just the process of placing carpets down, which I can do, but like it's a longer process than I'd like to. Because then I need the fucking cyan ones for these areas, and then I need to cover the hull up top, and then we need to get the grays for this, like... Oh yeah, and then we have this whole bottom bit too. I forgot about this altogether, but yeah, like, this whole kind of comes together, like, you can see it more connected, how it's like it's a chalice that goes underneath. And this sort of makes the outer ring of connected islands. You can also see, on these little islands, the whole top bit is gone. So I've specifically broken off the top pieces, which is for very easy access. And that's become very useful for, like, flying into them and stuff. Also, of course, we could drop in through here, and we can fly through here if we want to. Yeah, so essentially the next big part of this is just carpeting the whole area to make sure that there's no Enderman spawns. But, for right now, that's... I mean, that could be what we do today. I mean, fuck it. It's not like I have shit going on anyway. This is never gone, but this is where my sheep farm is, more importantly. So we're gonna want to fill this up. Now we need lime in a big way. We're probably gonna want to do like a half kind of lime, half everything else, you know. There's a lot more lime, so actually maybe we're probably gonna want a little bit more lime than just that. Yeah, like this. No. We want to get rid of that. Now we want a little bit of cyan. 4 is probably fine. What colors are there also? I forgot. Cyan. Actually, I don't know. This might work too. I'll just mix between the two. Maybe black as well. We should take a little bit of black. And, I don't think there's any other real, like, colored areas, but I'll take some pink, just because I know there are some pink spots. Yeah, now we can take this nether portal onwards. Also, this music, it's alright, but it's not, like, the kind of music I like, you know? There we are. Let's place this all, like, here. Oh, brother. You're about to not exist, brother. I think I'm gonna put windows in part of this eventually, but, like, I don't know when. So part of it might, you know, maybe today. I I don't know. We just gotta carpet this fucking place, dude. Anywhere where they can spawn, we gotta carpet it up. Which kind of defeats the point of having a pattern in the first place. But also... whatever. I mean, I didn't always know I was gonna do this, so... there was a point to the pattern. Just not a very good one. Plus, faking that stuff later is gonna be more of a pain than anything. Just for it to not look good, like, from the bottom up and stuff. It's better that it's here than it's not. But, you know, in saved effort time, you know, it would probably be smarter to not fucking put it there. I kind of also like that it's like a little bit of a raised effect, you know? Also, is this... seems wrong. Hold on. Are there still the blocks that I threw up here, or... wait, no. There should be blocks in here. There's a chest for little bits of concrete. Oh yeah, this would have to go to... I think this whole area is entirely covered, except for this. Damn, wait. Actually, no, we forgot these. But these gateways... you know, if we're gonna fill them up later, then we're gonna wanna, like, get rid of this. But in the meantime, we're gonna leave it like this. These open areas kind of work for the area anyway. You know, we just need, like, a light sense of, Is this a remix? Hold on. This isn't in the game, right? I don't think it is. Maybe it's to avoid DMCA, but... I don't know. Hmm. No, it's not a thing on this back wall. I think the... Yeah, this is entirely covered there, I think. Actually, there's a hole. Fuck. I saw a hole! It's only visible here. Yeah, you can see it's right fucking there. um... Oh my god. Oh, Enderman. You will soon not become a problem here. Your residency has been vacated, Enderman. You will need to find a new place to stay. Ugh. Jesus, my hair keeps falling in my face, and that needs to not happen anymore. But it keeps fucking happening, and it's really annoying me. I love having long hair, just because, I mean, who doesn't love having long hair? But at the same time, fuck having it in my face. Like, if I'm just trying to, like, exist, hair should not be the struggle. Alright, sir, you're gonna need to move. This is private property. Thank you. Ah. Chad, do you ever just, think about the path your life is going, and you can't go over, like, a certain issue that you have, and it's not, like, it's not a big issue, it's just, like, it's just it's an issue that worries you, you know? It makes you think about what could be, and what if it becomes that? And if that, like, it's like a world kind of, like, shattering, kind of, like, worry in your head, you know? And it's like, you don't want it to happen, and there's probably not gonna happen. But if it did happen, then your whole world would fall apart. And it's so easy just to say things like, say that you want to do something, and then just kind of joke about it. And then if it actually did happen, then you'd kind of just, Anyway, I've been struggling. I learn things that upset me a lot, and I just want everything to be okay, but not everything's gonna be okay most of the time, you know? It's so easy to be a fucking nihilist these days, you know? But, like, I've been living in the everything's fine world for, like, a little bit too long and staying ignorant to what isn't fine. But it's whatever. I don't know. Seems to me that, like, maybe therapy is what's gonna help me just get over the unchangeable things in my life. Uh... Okay. I'm realizing that I missed some parts. Like here. On the outside. Yeah, I shouldn't even have moved on to the center yet. Oh my goodness, this is not complete. There's also this that seems not complete. What happened there? I'm assuming stray TNTs flew off, but I don't know. Let's do lime concrete, just so we can get, like, a rebuilding process going there. We'll fix that soon, though. That is concerning. Oh, fuck, when this goes down, too, because of that, Great concrete, there we go. Sir, you're gonna have to... Yeah. Ah, shit. Maybe this is a bigger task than I thought, huh? Okay. Okay. Now we just need to go up this whole way. There's a lot more land than I thought. Ah, what the fuck? He's back, I guess. I thought he fell off or died. You motherfucker. He keeps showing up when I don't expect him to. And he's just like, I gotcha. And I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to fight you. Finally, some good music. Let's fucking go. Also, it's 4 a.m. Jesus Christ. My dad said I have to fix my schedule or die, so... Starting to guess that the die option might be better. I'll be honest, it's fucking difficult to keep my schedule on track. For, like, no particular reason either. Also, I shouldn't say die. That fucking worries people for no reason. I'm sorry. Fucking language like that is what upsets me, and I don't want to spread that. You know, like, putting into the world is what you get out of the world. And I don't fucking want to put that kind of behavior out in the world. I think that's all of... No, there's still these areas up here. Yeah, I'm missing a little bit this side. You know, a lot of this, like, finding out where I need to strike is gonna come mostly from just, like, finding out where I missed and where Endermen are spawning at the end of the day, you know? Also, this isn't the Wii Shop either. This is like a funk parody. It also kind of defeats the point of having the diamonds in the ground if I just cover them up. Whatever. You can see them from below. Also, I totally don't know what I was thinking with fucking cyan, dude. Light blue is totally the color we want. Like 1,000,000,000%. That doesn't matter, though. Damn. I'm gonna need more of this. What is this from? It's like a Yoshi thing, I think? I don't... Maybe? I don't fucking know. Usually it's only Yoshi that gets these fucking, like, little jingles like this, you know? Forecast channel. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, forecast channel makes way more sense, dude. Except I just never fucking used the forecast channel in my life. Oh, brother, get out of the way. Why are you back, bro? Die! I swear these dudes just come straight out of the fucking void. I guess he probably landed on that. But, like, you know, they just pop back up, dude. I'm like, bro, why? Uh-oh. Alright, we're so back. I think that's everything. Unless I'm missing any, like, overarching, like, corners and shit. Oh, this is blown up. That's not really, like, super relevant to it, though. But yeah, like... Okay, now it's time to do the green part, which is the rest of it. And a lot of it. Okay. Time to... Ugh, from the back to the front. Alright. It's not, like, specific, it's not, like, the right shade exactly, but it's gonna have to do, because it's the only fucking, like, it's the only color that really works. Also, Jesus Christ, it's like fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, dude. I hate being up at these hours, but at the same time, not being up at these hours is just as bad. For me, anyway. Oh, you need to move, brother, move! Bro, fucking move. Jesus, these Endermen do not know how to move. It's like, bro, just fucking move. I get you guys are getting deported, but like, come on. This is the Enderman Relocation Program. And by relocation, I mean just not here. Oh my fucking god. Yeah. Oh my fucking god, this is not going to plan. You guys can live here for now, as long as you don't fucking interfere with anything. But as soon as these Endermans decide to, like, walk over where I'm expanding, then they need to die, or just be moved and pushed, you know? Oh, brother, get out of the way! I'm not gonna let you become a fucking problem later, either. Oh, Endermen just love to stalk me. They'll disappear into the fucking void after you hit them twice, and then they'll come back and fucking haunt you. And they do a lot of damage. Like, Endermen aren't, like, just, like, little knockover kind of, like, nothing burger enemies. They're definitely, like, the strongest, like, regular mob. You know? Ooh. Almost missed that. Is this even... Yeah, this all is padded up to here. Okay. So we should really just focus on this first. More than anything. Oh, yeah, we're so back. Can Enderman pick up carpet? I'm assuming probably no, but if they can, this might be really bad for me. I feel like reloading this area now would probably lead to me, like, just getting an influx of Endermen spawning fucking everywhere. But, I like how they're just sort of spaced out for right now, you know? Like, I'm sure I'm gonna run into the problem eventually where just, like, they're gonna keep spawning and I'm not gonna know what the fuck to do. But for right now, you know, we're fine. We're chilling. I know I was missing part. Oh, yeah. Also this. Okay. I think that's it. For down here, anyway. Now we need to get the top. And we have 2 angry at me already. Oh, brother. Just come over here and fight me. Yeah, you fucking wouldn't, would you? What are you doing, man? Just die. Oh my god, I forgot. I forgot about doing this. I forgot about these halls altogether. I can't do the exterior until I've done the interior, and I just forgot a big part of the fucking interior. How long have we been live for? 50 minutes? Yeah. It's nice to have a project that I want to do again in this world, you know? It just feels like it's not been that way for a while. And, I miss this. I missed working on something continually. Before we start dispersing these guys, we should, like, actually cover up the area where they're not before they are. You know? Now we just need more stuff for the roof. Maybe we should just go for like a straight shot down the center first. And then, you know... These guys are gonna have to die, I think. Which sucks, but it's like, brother, what do you fucking want from me? Okay. Now we've got the straight shot down center. Now we just need to get this, and then the rooftop for this, and then we're so back. Then we just do the center tops of the buildings going outwards. And then we can do the pyramids. Or, well, essentially pyramids. Okay. Oh, I thought I fell down without gliding my elytra. That would have been really fucking bad. Oh, God, my nose. It's like, oh, Jesus. I don't know why that happens. You know, just like when your nose gets super fucking itchy, just for no reason, you're like, brother. Especially when that would happen in, like, public, and you can't really do shit. Like, you can't fucking touch your nose at all, or people think you're picking your fucking nose in public. Which is a far worse crime. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah, we gotta get these too. The outwards poking spots. Okay, now the rooftops. I was watching a video earlier about, like, the stupid shit Kanye said on Twitter. And, like, it's kind of put on to me that, like, Kanye is just gonna be a very controversial, polarizing figure in society. It just... And I'm super not into it. I'll be honest. I think, you know, people would not be into it as soon as they found out that he, spread fucking Nazi ideology, but I think for the common man, Kanye's a little bit, too polarizing. You know, I think I get satire to an extent. Well, to the full extent of satire, I understand it. But when it comes to just hate speech, that's not satire anymore. It's become hate speech. And I know we remain the fucking freedom of speech or whatever the fuck, but like, at the same time, should we not have higher standards than just let society shame people like him for speaking the way he does when it causes harm? I feel like when you're a celebrity, you have these kind of responsibilities to carry yourself in a certain type of way. And that in no way is to force people to have takes on things that they are not educated in, but in a way that maybe if you spread harm in a big way with major influence, you should probably have some sort of repercussion for that. I know this is literally the fucking direct line of Kanye saying that he's a Nazi, but like, you know, like, should he be able to say that? And if you agree with that, like, if you think that he should be able to say all that, do you agree that hate speech should be acceptable? I mean, it opens up your own viewpoint of, like, that kind of thing, you know? If you stop at hate speech, that's the line that you pull. But then, in, like, you know, it's so easy for me to, like, say that if you don't agree that hate speech is bad, then you agree to this and that and that. But that's fucking Twitter, you know? That's what Twitter does. Or fucking Elon Musk's X the Everything app. What a fucking shit show of an app. Well, he went into the void, so I guess we'll never see him again. Never and ever and ever. Until he eventually magically shows up with revenge plots. You know, his fucking children are gonna be like, yep, we planned for this day, and you need to die because my father died to your flame sword. Endermen who move, no. Are you not gonna move, brother? Okay. Oh, brother. I feel like fucking Asgore before I kill everybody. I'm like, are you gonna fucking, like, are you going to give up so I don't have to kill you? Because it would be a really big pain if I had to kill you. That guy's definitely gonna come back for revenge, which is not ideal, but... Oh. Oh, jeez. Why is YouTube chat gone? No! What the fuck? Oh, I hate that Twitch, not Twitch, fucking YouTube does this, dude. Sometimes they'll just be like, oh yeah, your YouTube chat's gone. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? Oh, wonderful. My statistics are gone. Oh, I love this fucking website, dude. God, I can't wait until I go back to Twitch. Okay, this whole front segment's done, I think. Except for the other side of it, which is not done. Okay, now we just need to go from the back to the front. I love how they just like come over and they're like, "Oh yeah, I feel the need that I just totally want to like wreck your shit and walk over that little patch that you want to cover." I'm like, "That's awesome, dude, but don't." So I've gotten like some interesting reports back about that gamer sub stuff, by the way. How a lot of the clips and article writing on the behalf of Vice is more mingled in like fucking personal drama than it is actual hatred towards groups. And I'm starting to realize, you know, maybe all media is just fucking corrupt. I hate this person, so I'm gonna fucking shit show their entire brand type deal. I do think the writer that wrote that thing for Vice it's probably within their best interest to just not work with the company anymore. You know, because at the end of the day, it's made me believe that fucking Vice is less reputable, let's say. You know, I've held experience with people from Vice before, and you know, I don't think a lot of people can say that. I've seen them come into Twitch chats. I've seen the kind of like personality that is. You know, I've seen people trying to work with Vice before. You know, there's direct contact with like groups and streamers and stuff, and you know, I don't know. It's a weird checkbox of like who I would, you know, personally work with on Twitch and YouTube, or just in the creator scene, you know. And you know, going forward, I don't think I would work with Vice if they ever wanted to. I would just not engage with that. That doesn't seem like my kind of market. Especially with the streamers like they engaged with. I've had a few personal bad experiences with streamers that I'm just entirely disinterested in. You know, when it comes to streamers, I'm more interested in them as an individual that will not just look down at everything that they have as fucking pawns, and realize that at the end of the day, everyone in their chat is an individual. They're not just things that you can throw away for no reason, you know? I'm not looking for that kind of like, hey, everybody, do this because I said so, and I might say your name one time. That's just not the Twitch that I'm looking for. To an extent, people see like more like personalized entertainment as parasocial, But there's a line between parasocial and, you know, engaging. I'd say, like, you know, individualized content, you know? You gotta look at it in that kind of way. Where... how do I put this? Your favorite streamer might not care about you as an individual. And I'm saying there probably are streamers that would at least acknowledge more than your name. They'd remember details about you. They'd fucking, maybe I'm not looking for a streamer. Maybe I'm looking for, like, genuine friendship at the end of the day. And that is parasocial. But as if what? Like, I don't... Ugh, you know... I don't know how to put it. I think every good streamer is a little bit parasocial. They show it by treating you well. People like Ludwig joke about, like, parasocial viewers and stuff like that, but, like, at the end of the day, it's... You'll know what streamers engage you. I might need more, I'm not gonna lie. I could totally see myself running out of carpet, which would probably be a problem. So, on the front of Twitch bans, there's officially 8 days left until I'm unbanned from Twitch, which is nice, but at the same time, it's not so nice, because who the fuck needs that? Like, just coming back from the website that'll, you know, take away your entire livelihood over a misunderstanding versus a website that fundamentally does not understand the concept of what streamers need is it's a losing battle, I'll say. Oh my god. I literally fly, little bro. You cannot hurt me. Is this repeating again? I could have sworn I've heard this before. No matter if you're black or white. This is not a fucking Nintendo song, by the way. No matter if you're black or white. Oh, bruh. Can you fucking move? Holy shit, move! I think this might be a Michael Jackson song. Mikey Jackson? I remember when I found out Michael Jackson died. I think we were like in the city, fucking just... We were probably at like my mom's fucking mom's house, like my grandma's house. Yeah, I think I was just in the city, being chillin'. But also, I don't fucking know. I remember, being a little baby. When he died? Like 2009? When did Michael Jackson die? 2009. Yeah. So I would have been like 7. It was a nice little June day, you know. Hanging out at Graham's house, drinking my fucking, drinking my Sunny D. Huh, 7, huh? That's when I really started having memories, huh? I guess my little sister is gonna start becoming cognizant sometime soon. I guess not cognizant, you know what I fucking mean. Just like retained memory over like memory that you don't really know much about. I have a lot of good memories from back in the day. I remember my old fucking family computer that used to have Disney pictures on it because I just played a disc in it one time by accident, and it would slowly fucking transform. And we had like CD-ROMs and like this old-ass book that I was thinking about earlier today that were like fucking amazing. Also, I think we totally did this. Oh. You know what the real test is? Oh, they're all coming here. Oh, you're not gonna be here for long, brothers. Don't worry. Time passes, and you'll be gone. I'm sure I'll find little leaks in the system at some point, but, you know, as time passes, they're not gonna be here very long. Oh. I'd look on my YouTube end for like chatters, but there's not really a point anymore. I'll be honest. The whole thing just says chat is fucking like, there's literally a monkey with a little hammer and it said, whoops, something went wrong. And I'm like, what went wrong? And they're like, I don't fucking know. And if we're gonna tell you, we're gonna tell you it was your fault. And you know that little monkey, he's actually got like a fucking middle finger and he's like, actually, fuck you. You know, I think, hold on, we're probably gonna want to, like, cover most of the diamonds from, like, here, if I'm being honest. Just because, like, it's a little extra. Uh-oh. Oh, shit, I gotta cover the surfaces of that underneath. Well, that seems like a later idea. Oh yeah, I don't have my stakes anymore, so that's not great either. Oh shit. Do I have an ender chest down here? Or just a regular chest? Are you trying to get into my line, brother? Why the fuck would you do that? Seems like a good way to get yourself hurt, but, you know, it's his choice, I guess. I love just relaxing and playing games, I'm not gonna lie. It's fucking nice. We're probably good with that. "5:30 in the morning, the sun's starting to come up. I really hope it's not that fucking bright today. Because if it is, I am not enjoying the day. It gets really bright in my room some mornings, and I'm like, man, can you fuck off? Like, sun is cool and all, but like, not when I'm trying to hang out." I don't know. It's a me thing, though. Super not into the sun. Especially when I'm, like, fucking tired and I'm just like, ugh. If I'm tired, I'm laying down in my bed and then there's just a fucking ominous glow in my room and I'm like, brother, this is ridiculous. And I know the answer to that is just get blackout curtains, but like, who has the time? Oh shit, I didn't even finish this. Oh Jesus, I was not paying attention when I did this part, huh? Ugh. So I've been streaming on YouTube for 28 days now. Not 28, 21. So I have very little, but, you know, some authority to say, please don't stream on this fucking website. It sucks. I don't know why anybody would stream here. It's like the worst streaming website, except for Kick. Kick is way worse, but like, this website sucks dick most of the time. It's great for videos, but on the streaming end, it's not very fucking good, because nobody finds your stream, you know? Why are you fighting me, brother? Oh my god! Oh, I forgot yellow. Oh my god, and this is where they're all coming now, too? This is not ideal. You know, my main thing here is if I fall in, then I just go back to the overworld, and that's a pain in the ass to get back, so... I'm kind of hoping I just don't fall. That would suck a lot. Huh. Nope, not there. Oh, that's a spot I didn't catch. Neither is that. Get these spots that I missed entirely. There's a couple spots I missed, actually. Oh, that's pretty fucked up. But now I don't think there are. Well, there was that one, but, and that one. But now, I don't think there are, unless you count that, and probably similar areas. So my father might come down just because he said he wanted to open up a window at some point this morning. But past that, I think we should be alright streaming wise. It is 5 though, so I don't think he's gonna work just yet, but I wouldn't put it past him. You know, his days do start early, you know? I usually think they start at like 6, so maybe 5:30 is just his kind of wake up time. But he also knows I'm up, so... Okay. Now I just need to use lime up top, and I think we've covered mostly everything except for this. But this... oh, never mind, I guess. That's cool too. Just fucking instant aggression down here. This actually isn't that bad to manage. All the accessible spots are just like pretty easy to tag up. Yep, and then you go up top, and then of course I'm missing the gold, but am I really looking above the gold? I'll be honest, I don't know. Well, let's look at this like this, okay? If I look from here, can I see? Yeah, I can sort of see up top on the gold. So I'm gonna have to get like a yellow that I didn't think I needed before, but, you know, not a big deal, I guess. Can they teleport down here? I'm assuming probably not. Oh, the Endermen are scurrying. Let's bring them back here, so then we can just easily dispatch of them. There's a bunch of them that need to be handled. You know, I wish they were kind of all just this easy to handle, I'll be honest. Like, that's just the fastest way to deal with a fuck ton of Endermen. Is to just get them to some corner like this and knock them down. I'm gonna be honest, it seems like a lot of Endermen. Maybe if we restart the world, it'll kind of refresh the mobs. No. Oh, okay. I forgot some spots here. That makes a lot more sense. And actually this too. That would actually make some logical sense of where they're spawning and where the little fucking leaks are. Just holy moly, there's so many. Now, if we relaunch the world, watch this, they're all gonna be gone. Well, no. But... What? Enough video to maintain? Are we buffering? Give me a sec. Stream. Output. We're gonna output 4,000 kilobytes per second. See if we can do something. We should be at 4,000. We should not see any long-standing issues. Oh, shit, there's some spawning up here, too. Oh, it's because there's a whole patch up here that's just not. Wonderful. Now, if we refresh... Are you guys seeing buffering? I'm assuming maybe not, but at the same time, I can't be too sure. Let me open the widget. Huh. That's, not good. Alright. Now, if we go here... Oh, brother, why do you keep following me? But we need to go, like, all the way out. Like, this way yonder. Then we reset the mobs. And when we go back, we should see very, very, very few. There's a couple. But not many. Are they spawning anywhere up here, maybe? Like, the Enderman problem is, Oh? Someone over here, which means that is an issue. You know, eventually we'll find out where the leaks are, and then we'll fix it from there. None? Okay. No Enderman? Perfect. There's one here. But that's like a straggler from the end. Or not the end, but fucking obsidian. Outside of that, there should only be a couple that spawn here and on top of the other thing, which is not great, but will be fixed, you know? At least knowing that we're gonna get a side of this done is better than anything, really. Ah, shit. Wait. Did we align this improperly? I think we did. Because what the fuck? Oh! Well, let's just look at the alignment here. Like, this is wrong. 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 But it's like repeatedly wrong, you know? This is wrong, this is wrong. Wait, but then it's right. But, okay, wait, that's because I fixed it up to that point. Okay. Just me casually fixing the fucking oversight that I left in this whole thing, like, a couple years ago. Awesome. Oh, wonderful. Well, this is wrong, too. What the fuck, man? Oh, my God. Ugh. Okay, I need to... get this right, because if it's kind of scattered, then I will miss parts 100% of the time. And I will be fighting a fucking leak of Enderman. And I do not want to do that. Well, there we are. What the fuck is going on? That is... Oh, it's me fucking up the design here. Wonderful. Clearing these Endermen is not fun. But, you know, just to make this whole place look better, we got to, so... Whatever. Oh my god, they're just all in this corner, dude. Like, bro, stop! I don't want you here. Uh-oh. Okay. One more ring up. I'm out. But also, are these on? They are. Sorry, I don't, I know I haven't talked in a while. I'm just, don't know what to say. Kinda just, don't really talk that much, I'll be honest. Boo-doo, 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 boo, boo-doo, boo, boo, boo-doo. Give me a second, chat. I want to check something. Damn. Alright. I was just, wanted to see something that was privileged information at the same time, so I can't really share what I googled, but essentially, I don't even... You know, sometimes information leaks, and I wanted to see if that information did leak, you know? I think this is done. Yeah, let's fly away and see. Oh. Did we fuck up? Probably. Oh, my dad's coming down. Hold on. Sorry about that. My dad came in. Did I even miss any spots, or is this just, like, entirely gone? You know? See, the thing, this house has, like, a little bit of an issue where I guess noise just from downstairs echoes upstairs and becomes very loud for them. And I got word that, like, at 2 or 4 o'clock, you know, like, even when I started stream, there was just essentially me yelling, which I was like, what? It really, it's really putting some more moments into perspective for me if that, like, if the whole upstairs can hear everything that happens downstairs, you know, just like regular conversations are being super duper reverberated, you know? It's disappointing, but I mean, literally what can I do about it? Because I don't think I can do much about it, and that's the sucky part. I can get soundproofing foam to go around me, but, like, will that even do much? Or is this gonna be, like, a continual issue over time? And then my dad says stuff about, like, respect, and it's like, how am I supposed to fix this? I'm not talking loud right now. I'm not talking... I mean, I've been louder, but, like... you know? Yeah, I don't know. Ugh. You know, just next month I'm going to look into getting soundproofing foam that encases me entirely, just so I can talk at regular volumes without interrupting upstairs, I think, which is probably a big thing for them. I'll figure something out. But, you know, it'll be a little bit. Also, I'm looking for yellow. There we go. Yeah, so basically I just want to be, like, roughly more quiet than I guess I was before, which is fine. I could probably do to move my microphone a little bit closer as well, which would minimize things. Because it's not that I don't care at all about these things. It's just, like, I don't know how to make them better, so, like, how am I supposed to really handle all that? Or maybe I'll just have to scream when people are out of the house, but that's kind of just like a big iffy thing, you know? Like, I feel like I was probably just as loud in streaming at my mom's house, and she just did not care at night, I guess. Despite there being, like, no real sound barrier at all. You know, I feel like there's probably a bigger sound barrier here, specifically. And I feel really bad, because I keep waking up my stepmom. And it's like... It sucks. I feel bad every time, and every time like I hear her, I probably just need to not stream that day and be accommodative, or at least stream in the morning. But like even with streaming in the morning, there's gonna be people here doing repairs in 2 hours. So it's really like, when am I supposed to stream? You know, I guess afternoon time is probably better, but also just big whatever. We've been live for like 2 hours. I got Demon Souls in today, or yeah, Demon Souls. I got that in today, which was really nice. If you guys have never played Demon Souls, it's like one of the few like PS4 exclusive games that never came to PC and never really got a PS5 edition of the game. So it's really like a game stuck on the PS4 exclusively. And people are looking forward on bringing it to PC, but like, I mean, like, who's gonna spend that much fucking time just doing that? Also, can I fill this space in, or do these blocks get reset every time I get into the nether? Because I feel like they do get reset. Anyway, let's check up here. Just make sure that there aren't any secret little mobs spawning. Mobs down here. Yeah, there's no mobs at all, which is great. Now we just need to test going back through the portal, and we should be fine. As long as those carpets stay, then we should be alright. I also think another way of doing it is we could make a 2.5 block space above where we usually sit in that portal, or the portal entrance, which would kind of lead to us not letting Enderman spawn. Oh yeah, this totally just breaks. But it doesn't delete, which is good. But you know, just a 2-block space would probably work too. Oh shit, but then I have to, yeah. Lime carpet this. Yeah, now that works, because this kind of, blocks them from coming through. Now we just need... we want to get rid of that. This is all glass, so no mobs can spawn there. Gray concrete, lime concrete. This all falls under the lime gray concrete barrier. Now we just need gray tiles? Or gray, well, whatever the fuck they're called. The gray carpet. Yeah, let's just grab some gray carpet. Yeah, now we're good. Because that was just super ugly before, you know? It just didn't really work at all. Now I don't think we're missing any area. As long as we go through it again, then we should be fine. Nope, wrong side. I think this is X positive or something like that. Oh. Wonderful. That's does not work. Never mind then. I guess this is just gonna have to remain an area where Enderman can just spawn. And that's great. Yeah, this is a 3-block space. So, yeah, this just has to be an Enderman kind of positivity space, I suppose. Maybe this will lock him in? I don't know. Yeah, now we can just kind of keep them in their little cage. It works out. Oh? There's just a guy up here, which means we're missing something. Where did you come from, Mr. Enderman? Did you teleport? So that seems probably just as likely. Yeah. Oh, actually, I found it. And actually, oh, this is another spot from the spawn up there. Wonderful. I didn't even think about that. That's awesome. There we are. Now we just replace it with that. I can probably spot the non-textured spots. Like... yeah, I don't think there are any left, but like if there were, we'd be able to catch them. You know? Yeah, there's none left. But this area specifically is good for catching the stragglers. Yeah. Well, as soon as, like, if we properly build out this bridge to be, like, you know, something that, like, wobbles and kind of moves going forward over there, that could be really nice, too. But until then, I think this area is sort of complete, you know, just clearing myself of Enderman, for the most part. I thought that was an Enderman, it's not. But yeah, like, this is super done. Oh, my dad didn't even ask about the fucking the fruit on my desk. I just realized if the fucking I legitimately just have a fucking cantaloupe on my desk, and he just did not question it. He's like, yeah, I guess you bought it. The thing about cantaloupe is that, like, it's for a stream, but am I really gonna when am I gonna do the said stream is, like, kind of up in the air, you know? So now that the end's done, that was a fine 2.5 hour progress, you know, process of doing things. I don't think right now is a good time to do, like, I don't think it's a good time for Roblox, because that requires voice chat. But I do think it's a good time. I don't know. PM Mark Carney, confident after first trip with White House. Yeah. This whole tariff mumbo jumbo is just like an excuse for companies to raise their prices. I just, you know. I mean, like, look at Xbox, dude. Like, literally. Oh, Persona 4? No lobbies? Wait, there's actually no lobbies? I think I own this game, yeah. Persona 4, AU, Arena Ultimax. Yeah, I own it on Xbox 360. Expedition 33. Ooh. Ooh, Doom the Dark Ages. Yeah, so there's GTA 6 news. Hey, Kibby. Oh, look at her big eye. Uh, oh. Why does she have a big wonky eye? No. A 6-month-old cat with babies, bro? Like, that's so stupid. Mercury fulminate? Oh, this is explosive shit.
This is not meth.
Oh. Oh no. Wait.
It's just some hippie crystal that I'm using to clickbait you. Well, I guess hippie crystal could be some sort of code name for meth, but regardless, there will be no meth made in this video. Instead, I'll be making something much better. At least for some people.
Yeah.
Mercury fulminate.
Mercury
You may
fulminate.
be familiar
Let's go.
with this
W.
stuff if you've ever seen the show Breaking Bad.
W.
When Walt is enraged from not getting the money Tuco owes him, he heads to his place with a bag of this stuff disguised as meth, and then goes Insano style by blowing the place up in retaliation.
This is not meth.
This is not meth. So can you actually blow up a place like that?
Now, I won't be making an entire 50-gram crystal like he did that's capable of blowing up an entire building, but I will be making enough, ladies and gentlemen, to demonstrate its explosive properties and the dangers around making it. Now, before I get into it, I must say that almost
you actually
everything about
can
making
blow
this
up a
stuff
place like
is
that?
kind of very dangerous. Mercury fulminate is known to explode unexpectedly from heat, shock, and static, so don't make it yourself, especially in large quantities. I, on the other hand, can just pretend like I know what I'm doing. So, with that being said, let's get into it. I'll start off by adding 10 milliliters of concentrated nitric acid to a beaker. Now I'm going to add about a gram of metallic mercury to the acid. The mercury is reacting with the nitric acid to form mercury nitrate. It also generates heat and a lot of nitrogen dioxide,
Why is it all
which is very
red?
toxic, so you should try
That's
this
like,
outside or
it was
under a
scary,
fume.
bro.
I'm gonna shake it around
Actually
occasionally
scary,
until
bro.
the mercury is fully dissolved.
Mercury fulminate.
Once
Mercury
the
is
fully
so
dissolved, you
weird.
can move on to the next step and add 15 milliliters
Like, even
of
look at-
absolute ethanol
look
to
at
an
the
Erlenmeyer
table.
flask. A round bottom flask would be preferred, but I don't have one, so this will have to do for now. Now, you could add your mercury nitrate solution.
Eye protection with working with acids? Okay.
If the reaction never starts, you could try warming the flask in a bath of hot water. But never use an open flame to heat it up, as ethanol is very flammable. Now, the white fumes that are forming are nitrogen oxide gases, which is extremely toxic if breathed in.
Oh, jeez.
When the reaction is complete, all the fumes will dissipate, and you should be left with a light gray precipitate on the bottom of the flask. This is your mercury fulminate. Now, there's still a lot of nitric acid, among other things we don't want in there, so we're gonna clean it out in a process called decanting.
Oh, you have to decanter it? That's awesome. That's actually hilarious that you have to decanter a dangerous substance.
Now, it should be clean.
Yeah,
It's finally
maybe.
time to make it go boom, and I'm gonna make it go boom in a few different ways. Electricity, a hammer or something, and I want to see if my laser pointer can generate enough heat to
So how do you
detonate it.
crystallize
But before
that?
we do
Because,
that, I need
like,
to
that
let it dry out,
seems...
because it's pretty insensitive to all those things when it's wet, which is also why it should be stored in a container with water, and
Yeah.
also in a place where the water's not going to evaporate. Alright, let's see if electricity will do the trick.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah. Unexpected. I
Wait,
think
that
if
was
I
the
let it
reaction?
dry
I
out
thought that was
longer,
just
it
from the
would have run off
spark.
all at once. Now it's time to try it with the hammer and laser pointer. This batch actually came from yesterday when some idiot created a video on how to make a mercury fulminate and recorded and edited the entire thing and lost the footage, so what a dummy. Alright, I've let it dry out much longer this time, so I should have a much better result for the impact test. Let's try with this pile first.
Wait, so... Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, my ears are ringing like crazy right now. It even detonated the second pile as well. So I guess I can't do the laser test unless I make another batch. After exploding, it released a cloud of mercury, which you see here, as well as nitrogen and carbon oxides. But yeah, that's mercury fulminate. It's usually used as a trigger for other explosives, like percussion caps and detonators, but recently it's been replaced with other chemicals that are safer in terms of toxicity and stability. So, yeah. God damn it.
Wait, so how did
Finally.
they get to crystallize it in Breaking Bad? It just seems like, like how did that happen?
Hey, Sharks, it's your
Big
good
A?
man. I can be vulnerable
Big A?
and open up.
Love
I
it.
got main character syndrome today. Could you check my messages, please? We got a main character, folks. We got a main character.
Yeah.
Let's see what the protagonist has to say. Your message, I believe, is about
What'd he
Apple
say?
manufacturing 96% of iPhones in India. Let me break
Wait,
it
the
down.
iPhones are being
My
made in
understanding
India now?
is that
That's
Apple
pretty
has
awesome.
announced they're going to move all iPhones sold in the US to be produced in India. That's their plan. They would like to have their supply chain out of China because Tim Cook, who's a supply chain god, has done a deep analysis of the world by watching My Marketing Monday and realized that America and China don't get along. Okay? Now, there was, I believe, a $900 million tariff bill that Apple had to pay this past quarter. So they are very much frustrated with tariffs and are doing their best to get around them and build elsewhere. But they can't build the whole supply chain in America for a variety of reasons. But so they're going to India, which is going to be at worst 10% tariff rather than.
Yeah,
So
that
that's my
seems
answer to
way
the
more
question is that I think-
reasonable,
I think one of the beneficiaries of
That's how you
China
minimize the
and
tariff
America
bills. Like, bruh.
is India, because India is the place you can go to avoid the tariff. That still has some of the infrastructure and some of the lower cost of labor. India's coming up huge. Yeah, you could say that. I mean, India has its own. Here's one thing I wish more people would understand. I wish more people, not from America, would do this. To be honest, I feel like Americans, at least around here, are not all Americans, but Americans around here are pretty good at saying this. More people should be like, "Hey, my country's fucked up too." I'm not saying listen, it's particularly bad right now with Trump, but as I read more about the world, every country is having problems, dude. Real serious problems. Real serious change, real serious problems, real serious unrest. I wish more people were like,
This is gonna be hilarious when
nationalists
tariffs
and
blow
prideful
over in
about
like
punching
2 months,
down.
dude.
More like, hey, yeah, I get it. I mean, we're in the middle of even Nordic countries. Obviously, Nordic countries are doing the best in terms of most quality of life outcomes. But even Nordic countries, if you dig under the top veneer, on the top surface, there's problems. Things are changing. There's things that people are frustrated with. There's real problems. So I think that's a better attitude to have, is what I would tell you.
What, that everyone's in the
Psychopaths
hole,
into
bro?
Nordic crisis. Okay, but as a Clancyville chatter, I love my country. I do think that Dan Clancy.
Oh, the Clancyville, let's
a
go.
great country, a really great propaganda machine that keeps all its citizens in line. They certainly aren't speaking out. You know what I'm saying? Did you see the TSMC ban? Oh yeah, little news update regarding that. Taiwan.
Oh, what?
noticed That the American chip factories are actually doing pretty well. They're actually doing pretty well. They're like making some high-end stuff, and so Taiwan was like, "Wait, this is kind of spooky." So they
Whoa.
banned it.
Wait, they banned American chips in Taiwan?
No.
Really?
TSMC, you are not allowed to make the highest end stuff outside of Taiwan, because if you do, it's a bad look for
Really?
Taiwan. So again, it's really funny because we've talked about this.
That's stupid, bro.
a while now on stream, and it's feel like we're living through history. Like every few weeks, you'll have a big major update on something so important that's happening. On something that's happening around us. It's interesting. It's not all cool, but it's interesting. We're really living through history, aren't we? Always, technically, yes, of course. But it feels like there's years where nothing happens, but it feels like things are happening. Isn't China preventing manufacturing from leaving China? The reason China did not want to open a BYD plant in Mexico is because they didn't want their technology to get stolen, which is kind of rich.
That's kind of...
Coming from China.
Yeah.
That's why I was annoyed with some of the comments, too, that were like, yeah, base China for ignoring IP law. Like, who gives a shit? And it's like, okay, that's a fine stance to have if you're anti-IP law or whatever. But that's not what China thinks. China is very protective of their IP. They're extremely protective of their own. And if it's two Chinese companies in China, they're very good at disputing the allegations and like they have a court system for it. You know, it's not like their stance. Their stance is like, hey, we're gonna ignore your IP when it benefits us, which is fine if you're a Chinese national. It's like, which is the best for me, but I don't think it's fair to be like he's got some based ideological take. His take is what's good for me is good for me. The U.S. knew China would steal their IP and still built there. I wouldn't say the U.S. did. I'd say the incentive was usually like the fucked up incentive that we have around CEOs paid in stock or short-term bonuses. We had so many companies where the CEO was paid to hit a certain stock price target short-term. So what they did was like, we're going to offload all our IP to China, build it in China, who cares? Because I'll get my bonus, I'll cash out, I'll be rich. And then by the time they have a competitor with all our IP that's destroying us, I'll be gone. That's just short-term thinking that benefits the leader at the expense of the organization, the company.
Yeah, literally.
America.
I don't know. I think politics with Atrioc are kind of reasonable.
Siemens Trains.
What?
Siemens Trains is a huge. Is it German? Yeah, it is German. It's a German rail train company. One of the best train constructors in the world. You know, really high knowledge of trains. And they
High train knowledge. Let's go. W.
Going to help China build high-speed rail. China would said you could only do it. We're going to pay you a lot of money, but you could only do it if you form a joint company in China where you own 49% and we own 51. And they're like,
ew.
I think they want to take our technology.
Yeah, literally, dude.
Now, and so they ended up doing it. So
they did it?
Sets up this joint company in China. They start building high-speed rail there, and pretty soon all of their technology has been aped. It's been yoinked.
Whoa.
And now China can build high-speed rail way better and doesn't need them. And now they're getting out-competed elsewhere in the world. So now when Siemens Trains wants to build in, I don't know, Africa or something, Chinese train companies can come in and out-compete for a better price. So like they kind of fucked up their long-term.
That's so fucked.
Short-term. And that happened in America and Europe and all over. People did that. Technology transfer is part of the deal. It's not yoinked.
Wow.
Okay, fine, different word. But what I'm saying is, had there been a strategic look at it from a long-term aspect of the company, they wouldn't have done it. But because it was for a CEO in the short term, they were able to hurt the employees and the GDP of their own nation to help themselves personally get rich. I mean, IP restrictions, yeah, but China is not. That's what I'm saying.
People need like a
it is frustrating.
better grandstanding on this kind of thing. I'll be honest.
So base to be against IP, and it's like, okay, but that's not what they're doing. Just to be clear, that is not what they're doing. They are not on your side. They're not like, yeah, I hate IP. If that's your stance, that's fine. But they are extremely fiercely protective of their IP. I'm feeling very open today. So if you have a question you've always wanted to ask, and you're like, I wonder if he's gonna crash out at me, I'm not going to today. I'm not going to. I'm feeling very uncrash outable. That I finally had a good day where my routine was good. And I had some really good personal conversations with people that made me feel more hopeful. Here's what I'll say. I'm just going to get into it, okay? I'm going to get into it.
All right, he's getting into it. Let's go.
Over the past week and a half or 2 weeks. But I've just been feeling some type of way about this existential question where I kind of realized, you know, I'm talking a lot lately about, man, this thing from Trump sucks. Or this thing from Elon sucks.
Yeah.
And I just realized, man, like, no matter what, at minimum, there's 3.5 more years of this.
Oh, yeah, you're so right.
There's like, at minimum, I need to give space in my heart and mind and world for other things. I just don't want to talk about it that much.
Yeah.
It's all important. I care about it. But I want to talk about other things because there's so many things in this world we're talking about.
Knowing that, like, we're fucked for, like, the next 3 years is so hilarious.
I made my point. I think people know where I stand.
Like, bro, that's, like, highest level of, like, we have to cope.
I came in with, I think, a pretty open mind, and I've been let down. Let down with low expectations. so, like, but some people will tell me, and this is why I'm saying this. I'm saying this now. Some people are like, you have to talk about it. And you talk about it in this way because it's important.
Why?
And I am just saying I disagree. I
I mean,
think actually one of the core things I can do is when it's important to me talk about it, I should also talk about other things and build a space where people can feel free to talk about other things they're interested in, and it doesn't become this, I don't know, infinite feedback loop of the same thing. Now, people are saying play some video games. I don't know about that particularly. I don't have, what I'll also say is, when I'm happiest with my stream is when I feel like I'm doing what I'm excited about off stream. So if I was like all day at NVIDIA fiending to go home and play a video game, and then I go online and play a video game, I'm doing what I wanted to do. And if all day I'm like reading something interesting, I'm like, oh, I want to talk about chat about that, then that's what I want to do. I don't want to do anything other than what I want to do on stream. And so I felt like in the past week and a half, I was kind of like talking about news.
He's
things
so real
I
for that, though.
personally feel that excited to talk about. I was just doing them because it was like a big deal. So I just want to, I feel like I'll always feel comfortable and happy if I'm just talking about what I'm interested in an honest, sincere way. And so that's what I want to do. And that's what I'm going to do. All right. I just wanted to get that out there because we had a real good conversation about that, or with regards to the lemonade stand, about how we want to like structure the show to be a little more conversational and casual and less like presentation-y. And I was thinking about what I like, and I was looking at my channel.
It's so fair to just not want to talk about politics the entire time.
What else? So anyway, this talk isn't too far off from how my roommate came out to me as a furry. So long story short, my persona is that of a koala. Okay, that's what was all leading into this. Little bro trying to reach self-actualization. I can't. Nah, you better stick to basic necessities, Maslow. Little bro better focus on food and shelter, bro. Little bro thinks he's top of the pyramid, better stay down to the fucking bottom.
So
Better pick
fucking
berries and
real.
shit.
That's actually hilarious. Let's see. Let me, what do we want to watch? An actually water-cooled PC? That seems pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie.
Data centers under the ocean. On the surface, this seems like a pretty dumb idea. Computers and seawater? However, there are actually some legitimate benefits, namely that being surrounded by water allows for rapid dissipation of heat, which has got me thinking, is it possible to do something like this with normal PC hardware?
Well, to find out, I've got some of the most power-hungry PC components available right now. An RTX 4090 and an Intel i9 13900K.
At full bore, these components kick out an insane amount of heat, totaling over 800 watts. This is enough to bring the temperature of a room up several degrees in just an hour, as it's basically a mini space heater at this point.
When things are scaled up to the size of a data center, generating many thousands of times more heat than this setup, you can imagine how wild the cooling has to be for them, and the idea of putting them underwater isn't actually as silly as it first sounds. But keeping hardware dry is no easy task, as
Oh, shit.
Recently, various companies have been experimenting with, as it's a strong shape that only requires end caps to become watertight. The acrylic cylinder I've bought this time is
so
way
he has like
larger,
a
but even
cylinder
so, it's
and he's
just
just
big
gonna
enough
throw
to
it
fit
into
over
the
main
ocean?
components. To make it watertight, my plan is to make some end caps that can be used alongside some sort of gasket material to make a watertight seal at each end. As acrylic is a poor conductor of heat though, it essentially insulates the system from any surrounding water, locking in heat. So to allow this heat to be
It's pretty
quickly
cool,
dissipated,
though.
my plan
I'll be
is to
honest,
build a
it's like,
sealed internal water cooling loop that can transfer heat from the components inside to some external copper pipes, which can in turn be kept cool by the surrounding water. Hopefully
So,
enough
he's
to keep
building
the thing watertight.
a
Unless
frame.
some
So
factories
how's he
fault
gonna
it,
power
its
it in the
own will be
ocean?
able- And it gets hot, with the CPU thermal throttling itself at 100 degrees Celsius on an air cooler. Yikes. Better cooling is sorely needed. Now to power all of this, I'm using a 1000 watt Seasonic power supply. This is particularly useful for the build because it has extremely efficient internal voltage regulation, which means that it will barely contribute any heat to the inside of the chamber. But more on why this is important later. To mount everything together, I'm building directly onto the PSU's frame using right-angle brass lengths to give me some mounting points for the rest of the components. This open frame concept makes adding everything else a breeze, and as some of you might have noticed, EK Waterblock have provided a variety of water cooling parts so that we can use flowing water to rapidly pull heat away from the processor and graphics card to transfer it to the copper pipes. All of this needs to be super compact to actually fit inside the cylinder, and there's just enough room for the reservoir at the front. To finish things off are 3 of Crucial's blazingly fast T700 SSDs. These can mount directly
Anyway, can we focus on the cooling
so it can
system?
dump any heat
Like,
it generates into
you
them.
know?
I'm using some quick release adapters for this so that the system won't need draining if it ever needs to be accessed for maintenance. For longevity though, it would of course be best to add a biocide to its cooling, but as I want to test the system in a freshwater habitat, I don't want to run the risk of any chemicals ever leaking out and contaminating things, so I'm just using pure distilled water, so it's nice and environmentally safe.
Oh.
For the watertight
So, like,
seal,
it's
I was
just
originally
pure
just going
water.
to use rubber O-rings, but as the acrylic cylinder is only 5mm thick, keeping them centered is a bit problematic. So I've decided to cut some much wider custom gaskets out of rubber sheeting, which look more hopeful. I mean, it's not like these are the only thing between the water and thousands of dollars worth of computer hardware or anything, right? In an effort to further reduce the chances of leaking, the edges of the acrylic, which are rough cut, need to be sanded down. I've ended up on a pretty fine grit value for this, which takes it pretty close to being shiny, but in a somewhat risky move, giving it a blast of heat takes it to that final level of polish.
That's actually pretty
Despite all
cool.
the
You
new
can just
components,
blast it with
the acrylic
heat.
tube can still just fit over everything. Phew.
Yeah.
As for the top cap, I've decided to add a long tube through its centre, flanked by handles on either side to make it easy to carry. This tube will give all of the power and data wires a path to air without having to worry about making them watertight, as its end can sit just above the surface of the water. Now,
The
some
construction
of
of
you might be
this,
wondering
like,
why I've also
nautical ass PC is crazy. But like,
Led by clicking the link.
let's like
as our set is lighter or heavier, it exists point from going with nectar.
Let's-
2 meters.
let's look at this in the
This
water.
No
So-
obvious quickly remove it in. Remember, there's over $5,000 worth of computer hardware inside this acrylic cylinder, and the only thing keeping it dry are 2 homemade rubber gaskets. No pressure then. As it's lowered into the water, my heart
Yeah.
is pounding, but so far, so good. With it almost entirely submerged, it's time for a quick leak check. And thankfully, it's bone dry. The gasket system works perfectly, and I'm starting to think that this might actually work. But there is a small problem. It's actually still positively buoyant, despite my calculations. Experimenting with some external weights reveals that it requires an extra kilogram. How did I get my calculations so wrong? Well, I forgot to take into account the fact that all of the external components, the handles, the walls of the copper pipes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
even the end caps themselves, do of course displace water as well. And although each part is individually heavier than the water that they displace, they need
So
to be
there's, like,
treated as
some
part
level
of
of
a whole.
buoyancy,
And indeed,
which
after
means you need to
including this
counter
in
that
my
with
sum,
weight.
It now marries up to the requirement of an extra kilogram. Thankfully though, this is easily countered by adding some more steel weights, so we should be
Yeah.
good to go.
and then as
Right,
long
so
as
we've
it's
got it under
down, you
water,
should be
and
fine.
Everything so far is looking really promising. I'm not seeing any bubbles coming up, which is a good sign, and it is just negatively buoyant. So that's why the rope is just holding it up, just so that the top bit doesn't go too far under the water. But you might be wondering how on earth we're going to turn this on, and also how are we going to plug in things like the monitor and keyboard and mouse and stuff.
That's a good question.
Everything is actually going to be running through this Thunderbolt cable. This is 50 meters, and the reason why
A
it can be so long is
Thunderbolt
because it's
cable?
an optical one. It was very expensive to get, but I thought it was worth it for this video.
The other end of this Thunderbolt cable can simply be plugged into a little dock, which gives
Oh.
me various monitor outputs, USB ports, and audio outputs.
Oh,
Everything that's
okay.
required to operate a PC, apart from the mains power.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, no explosion, so that was a good sign. So I've got the power button here. So 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Hey,
hey, it
Look at that.
works, kind of. It's not bubbling. It's cool.
Okay, so I'm not sure if we'll get a signal yet. Oh, there we go! Look at that! We've got an underwater PC. Check this out. I'm just having a look at the onboard camera. Yeah, it looks dry in there. I'm not seeing any leaking.
There's
so now
literally
it's time
an
to do some
internal
thermal tests
camera.
and
That's
see
pretty
just
cool,
how capable
actually.
This cooling system is, and whether it was worth the effort. Launching Prime 95 and Thermark together pushes the system to draw the familiar 800 watts as expected. With the pond itself being about 17.5 Celsius, the starting coolant temperature being just above this doesn't seem particularly amazing. But what is amazing is that it barely goes up from this, with a maximum reported coolant temperature of just 20.8 Celsius after about an hour.
Damn,
The
really?
temperature delta of just over 3 degrees Celsius is very impressive, and it shows that the cooling system itself is very capable at transferring heat, resulting in a CPU temperature that instantly flatlines at 60 Celsius and a GPU that flatlines at 41 Celsius, refusing to go any higher.
That's pretty
Even the
good.
internal air temperature, which remember is only being cooled by a small heatsink, keeps at a moderate 28 degrees. Not bad at all. That the PC is able to dump its heat so quickly into the surrounding water really is a good indicator of how capable the cooling system is. And I'd say we're only just scratching the surface of what
The
it's
thing about this
actually
is I don't know how long it
capable
would
of cooling.
possibly last for.
As the pond experiences zonal temperatures up to 25 Celsius in the sun, I doubt that the mildly warm copper pipes will pose a particular hazard to the wildlife. And as there's so much water in contact with ground soil, it's also unlikely that the PC will ever add a degree to the pond's total temperature, as
Yeah.
the soil will help to dissipate it. Now, one minor change worth making is adding some rings of foam around its pole. This allows the pulleys
Oh,
and ropes
yeah, that
to
would
be
be
retired as the
actually
system
so
is now
real.
free floating, with the slight negative buoyancy keeping
Oh.
it just under the surface, with the foam rings preventing it
wait.
from sinking any
Well,
further.
yeah, that's perfect.
I can't quite believe that it's all come together and works so well, and it feels great to
That's
have
so
it independently
cool,
floating
but
there.
also
Remember,
eventually
these are
it'll
some of the
rust
most
over and
power-hungry
crack,
PC
you know?
components available right now. And the i9 13900K being kept at 60 Celsius is actually quite impressive considering how much power it uses, with the bottleneck being its thermal interface material rather than the cooling system itself. So really, mission accomplished. We've successfully built a PC that can use surrounding water to keep itself cool. Now it's time to have some fun. Here we go! Halo Infinite on a submersible
Oh,
PC.
Halo Infinite, you know,
Let's
the only
go.
issue with this is that you really
can
need to
barely see
play it
the screen.
outside, which is not ideal. Healthy radioactive cigarettes with a cancer ray. I love this guy's content. I'm not gonna lie, dude. It's just, he's so real. You know, he hangs out with us in Discord sometimes. It's great. Even like his older videos are really cool too. Bike truck? Cooking gamer subs? Oh. Gamer subs is interesting. Master Swordsman breaks in front of oh shit. Give me a sec. I I got a game on. Oh, wonderful. Uh I fucked up the total. Whoopsie.
Watch how this master swordsmith got humbled quickly while going up against an amateur
Ooh, a
swordsmith.
master
His reaction is
swordsmith.
absolutely priceless.
The Scottish Claymore.
Claymore!
Yeah.
You love me a
5 days of
claymore.
forging later. What the weapons did next will shock you.
Bladesmiths, this is the kill test. To see how lethal your blades are, I will take your claymore and I will try to cut through these pig carcasses with one chop.
Oh,
Matt, you're up
jeez.
first. Are you ready? Go for it. Let's do this.
Damn. The blade just
break. That's a
bent,
hard burn.
dude.
Matt, I love the feel of your blade. It feels very comfortable in the hands. It's very easy to maneuver. It was sharp enough to cut through, but it's just so flexible it didn't go through. It will not kill. Ben, you're up next. You
Unlucky.
ready? Hope so.
Oh my god. Yeah, you see that bend in the blade? That's crazy. What is
This is how I
this?
use Play-Doh to make a custom knife grip. This particular person has an impaired grasp, and his goal was to safely fillet a fish.
Oh, I know
He
what this
squeezed some
is.
Play-Doh around this knife handle. They were scanned, fixed up, aligned, and processed to make the grip.
He
I
just
3D
like
printed a TPU version, but
he
it was
3D
difficult to slide on
scanned
and off the handle.
this whole thing.
Also, I was worried about how gross it might get with fish guts. So I used CAD to create and print this mold.
Yeah, you sort of want to minimize it as much as possible, you know?
We mixed up silicone and injected it through the bottom to minimize any trapped air bubbles. And it
Jeez.
turned out pretty good. I haven't tried any softer TPU yet. The silicone is a bit heavy, but it's more compliant, so it's easy to take on and off, and it's easy to clean.
Huh.
He was pretty happy with it.
It's literally like a custom
This is
fit
how I use
handle.
Play-Doh to make a custom knife grip. This particular person has an
Huh. It's finally here. Jesus, man. What is this? Why they didn't use these strategies against Thanos? I mean, what kind of strategy could they? Well, you're kind of right. That also works. They could just drop the hammer on bro, but he can kind of just... The thing about it is, like, he can just teleport away. Ooh, mail order
I did
ant
it
colony?
again. I got another ant colony.
I love
You've
it.
probably heard of crazy cat ladies before. Well, I think I am becoming a crazy ant guy. But this time, it's not my fault. The set was provided to me by Antcube, free of charge. There is a link in the description if you want to buy this set. That transition. Whoa.
Whoa, it's a big ass cube, dude.
In my defense, this is heavier than it looks. Somewhere in here should be live ants. At least I hope they are alive. Otherwise, this will be a very boring video. This set contains 2 nests and an arena. And of course, some ants.
I don't know why I
There
keep...
they are. I'll unpack them in a minute. This is some other stuff, but I better hurry up because I got something very important to do. Yes, this has to be done every time. So these are the ants, and the 2 nest areas they will hopefully use as a home. The left one will be used as a nesting area, and the right one here will be used to store seeds.
This is
because
like
this is a
2
seed
connected
collecting
ant
species.
areas. Oh.
And
Oh,
here
there's a queen
they
in
are.
there.
They are becoming very active because they are exposed to light. And that big one there, that kinda looks dead,
I love
is
that.
a queen. But don't worry, she's fine. I'm covering them back up for now, until their terrarium is set up. The set also contains cricket jam, and it looks, smells, and
Cricket
tastes
jam?
disgusting. Yes,
Ugh.
taste. Because in a previous video I said I would taste it if that video got 50,000 likes. So I did. But I will not make that same mistake again. I will taste these blanched crickets if this video gets 80,000 likes.
Oh
I
no.
think we can all agree that these also look
Blanched
disgusting.
crickets?
But surprisingly, these actually
Oh, well, I guess he has to eat the fucking blanched crickets. Oh, yuckers, dude.
smell disgusting. But I'm willing to taste them. For science.
Science?
At least
You're gonna
the
get a
ants like them,
parasite, brother.
so it can't be that bad. There is just one last thing I want to show you before I start setting up the terrarium. Because this thing is broken. Fixed it.
What is
The left
that?
one is a thermometer, and the right one a hydrometer.
Hydrometer?
Meter. You will see me struggle installing these other stuff later in the video. So now it's time to start setting up the terrarium. This tube is gonna be used to
This
connect
is a pretty
three
good
parts.
terrarium
I don't
thing
know
they
why I
got going
can't
on,
make them.
though.
You can all see them. This is stupid. The species of ants we have doesn't really like vibration. That is why we have some cushions to put under the nests and under the arena. The ants are ready to get into the terrarium. Even the queen is moving a bit now. She might be a queen, but she's not going to win any beauty contest. This is another Mesor species. These are seed collecting ants from the dry regions of Kenya, and they are not very common in ant keeping. Now, the most important
Dude,
thing
why
in
do I
life
keep
when you start
coughing?
ant keeping are ants. The second is an escape-proof terrarium. Don't worry, this isn't hard to install. I'm just clumsy. This part is used to connect the arena.
I wonder if there's like a way to
course, we need
farm
a lid.
ant queens,
And
or like
yes,
queen
there's a
bees,
hole
you
in it,
know?
but we will solve that later. First, we need to install these meters. And there's only one chance of this, because once they're stuck, they're never coming off. So I'm nervous. Great success. To make the lid ant-proof, we have
This guy is just,
Nielsen Ausbruchschutz.
so...
I think it means STDF in the terrarium oil. This is a barrier that the ants can't cross. But there is an extra lid to go on top of this to be extra sure. This way, we
Wait,
can
so
open
there's
the terrarium.
there's ant-free barriers?
Focus
That's
on
pretty
ants, I
awesome.
guess. Close the terrarium again, all without the ants escaping. Closing off the ventilation holes. And now, we can start the real business. The most efficient way to add the substrate is of course this tiny shovel. At least.
Wait, so is he
if you
building
can
his
open
own
the
thing?
substrate.
I thought he was
I'm not
using the
proud to say
pre-made
that this
thingies.
took me 5 minutes. Ah yes. Efficiency. Don't tell anyone, but I'm actually trying to get sponsored by the Tiny Shovel Company. Now I
Probably.
just need a way to spread the sand a bit. Yes, that's it.
Oh, let's
I
go.
added too much
W.
sand here. You will see why later in this video. I'm spraying the sand here.
Ugh,
so the
Jesus,
ants
I
don't
need
get
to...
dust lung. I guess we're good. No, seriously, it's actually important for the health of the ants that the substrate is a bit wet. There is this fake desert background, but I'm not using it because I like to keep things natural. Ah yes, nature.
Rocks. W
I'm
rock.
wearing this stick because I hope it helps the ants find the entrance to the nest faster.
That's
Since they
actually
live in a
pretty
arid
real.
Area,
Oh,
pro tip, use
cactus.
gloves. Again, use gloves.
Yeah.
This is the water container. I'm covering it a bit, so less of the plastic is visible. There are also some food containers, but I'm not using them. For the seeds, I'm using the stone as kind of a table. And I'm adding these later when the ants are in. You get an extra one of these for free, by the way. If you
Oh,
order a set in
yucky,
December.
dude.
Who
It
doesn't
just
like
looks
cricket
so
jam under a
ew.
Christmas tree? One last thing to do before we add the ants. Close off this hole and then connect everything with tubes. Alright.
Yeah,
the water's
that'd
the
probably
best
be
area of
smart.
it. The ants need a higher humidity. I placed some books under the arena so the ants don't have to climb. And yes, I own books. I'm sophisticated. I'm cutting the tube to the right size. Pro tip, use a bigger scissor.
This guy is just so
At
blunt
this
with
point, I
things. It's
thought
awesome. I
it
love
went
him.
easy, but of course, I should not have thought that. Blue bulb, guys. This is the escape oil, and it can be
Escape
used to
oil?
make it easier to connect the tube.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Everything is set up, so now it's
W.
finally time to put in the ants. I hope so much that is not what she said. Here we go. Watch till the end if you want to see them move into the nest areas.
Yeah, I guess you could probably just leave
I'm
that
also
in there, I'll
covering
be
the nest
honest.
areas with this red foil that blocks the light a bit. Hopefully that stimulates the ants to start digging here. But of course first, they need to leave the tube.
Mm-hmm.
And to motivate them, I'm giving them this yummy blanched cricket. There's one ant that comes take a look, but she's not sure yet. Nah, she got work to do. The seeds need to be processed in some kind of bread. That is what makes these ants special. They store these seeds, so they have a food reserve.
Wait,
But
so they
this one
store
is doing another
seeds?
job.
It's
She
awesome.
is moving out the waste, and this is a dead worker. At this point I realized that the ants are not only smarter than me, but also cleaner than me.
What
And
is
then,
brood?
Finally, the first ant
Is that
set foot
poo?
outside. A disgusting cricket. Interesting. More ants followed soon. And they start licking the cricket. It doesn't look like they're really biting it. Wait. I guess they are really licking it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that if this video gets 80,000 likes. While these ones
It's just
are
a bunch of
enjoying a nice meal,
literal
there are
ants
other
just
ants
licking
that are
stuff,
taking our
dude.
threat even further. The entrance of the nest area, of course. Here is another one. That is not the right spot, buddy. I was observing the ants, and I noticed this one started digging in the corner. And that is why I added too much sand. You have a chance that the ants will start building a nest inside of the arena. But keep watching, the ants will still surprise you later.
Oh. Wait,
While
so
I was
the
filming
arena,
this, someone very
they can
important
actually
showed
just
up.
build their nest in there?
The queen decided to take a stroll out of the tube. I guess
That's
she's thinking of
hilarious
the
that
others
they
who are
can just
working hard
fucking
enough.
build their nest where they're not supposed to.
But queens don't usually like it outside, so she gets back into the nest.
Mhm. So I
was
guess that's
observing
the
ants
nest
all
they
day
have for
already,
right now.
So I went to sleep. And the next day, I woke up to a surprise. The queen was gone, and I saw some ants digging here, near the entrance of the nest. And also the one in the corner found some
Ugh.
milk. I have no clue where the queen is. She is in one of the two areas where the ants are digging. So we better follow a worker underground.
So they're building a nest.
No queen to be seen here. But back above ground, I noticed a worker grabbing this. I'm assuming that this is a piece of the ant bread. Follow the food, I guess.
So
We're
they have a
filming in the
spot
bowl
for
in the back.
food and they have a spot for the
Unfortunately,
queen.
I have no angle of filming this, but to be sure, I removed the stone on top, so there's less weight on the tunnels they're digging. Here, you can see a worker process one of the seeds. These are the first step of making the ant bread. Now, do you want to see something very sad? I don't know why I'm asking you this, because you can't answer.
Wait, did the queen die?
I'm warning you, this is sad.
No!
This is a crippled worker. I saw it
Oh.
fall from the top of the arena, and I guess it fell on a stone or something, because she can't use her back legs anymore.
Oh
I
no.
did not know ants took fall damage.
They
A
do?
while later,
Wait!
something weird was going on. The ants were bringing back the ant bread. And a few hours later, another surprise appeared. Yes, she's back.
Oh, she's back.
That means there's another chance of them getting in the real nest area. So I put some seeds in the entrance, and it worked. One worker was
Hey, they're
exploring the nest
discovering it.
areas.
Let's go.
I didn't want to remove the foil, because I was afraid I was gonna scare her. Now, she's going back to report to the colony and hopefully they follow soon. In the meanwhile, I'm giving them some sugar water. These ants usually get their sugar from the seeds they process, but I wanted to give them some of this anyway. They don't seem to be interested in sugar water.
Oh. They're not into sugar water?
Exploring this new area is more exciting, and more ants are doing so. The ants ran back and forth for a few hours. Even I got tired of watching them. But they had to be absolutely sure the nest was safe before they started moving in this precious cargo, like these eggs here.
Oh, there's eggs!
Ma'am, those are not eggs.
Oh?
I don't know what this one is doing, but it's carrying a worker inside the nest.
Oh.
But I think it recognized its mistake, and she carried it all the way back to the tube. Of course, she was very careful while carrying this worker.
Is there just a death spot or something? I don't know.
She banged its head against everything she passed, and that might explain why it had to be carried. I'm not sure, but I think this is a new worker. As you can see, she has a lighter colored head than the rest of the ants.
Yeah.
And also, she's still pretty clumsy.
How long does it take for worker ants to, you know, fucking just be born?
Colony move was happening soon. And of course, like always, I was right.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
sorry,
But for once, I was actually right. The queen moved into this popcorn nest, but she seemed very restless and separated from the workers. That is, because this nest is still a bit too big for this small colony. The move happened a bit too soon. That is why I decided to cover the test tube. This way, the ants have the choice of staying in there until the colony is a bit bigger. And in the
not gonna lie,
some workers
I could totally fall asleep right now.
This is actually the right spot, because the dry popcorn nest is designed to store the seeds. And this
it's kind of hilarious that I could.
And that is what the ants need. So they will probably keep digging here until the colony is big enough to move in. And the first ones to see this move will be these patrons. Thank you to everyone that watched.
No!
Thank you to all patrons. And thanks again to Antstore for this set. Now please go watch.
Oh!
This ant colony has transformed. Nope, still can't do the YouTube voice. I tried and I failed again. So in 500 days, this ant colony transformed
I love
from a
this.
single queen
Wait,
with a few workers
this is awesome.
into
This
an
is
empire
the
with
sequel.
hundreds of workers and multiple queens. Before we can get into the video, I'll have to show you one thing, and that is the game plan.
The game plan.
So first I'm gonna show you the 500-day evolution, and after that you and me are going to a funeral. Yes, ants hold funerals. Sounds cool, right? And for the last part, we're going back to a previous video, because I said this. If this video gets 80,000 likes in a month, I will let them do that to my finger. I will let them do that to my finger. I'll probably regret this. And of course, I regret it, because this video totally did not get 80,000 likes. I just want to know how it feels, okay? Yes, I'm weird. 500 days ago, something amazing happened, because that is when I made this transition. Still press. Of course, they were here for the ants.
We don't need to go through this. We just saw it, dude.
Ants move that you would. More ants. More shit. Yeah, you get the point. Nothing much changed until day 90. That is when I noticed something very wrong with the ants.
Oh.
You see that black stuff? That is mold.
Oh
and
no.
Mold is bad unless you try to deliberately grow it in a jar. But that is something for another video. Check out my Patreon if you want to see it already.
Oh, this guy.
This mold meant the ants needed to get ready for the big move. And of course, I was hoping they would move in the middle nest here, where they're supposed to go. But let's see what place they choose. At first, the queen didn't want to move, and only the workers were moving some seeds here. Let's follow some. They are skipping the middle nest and going right for the last one.
You know, I think at some point it would have just been more humane to just dump them out.
They still had a lot of stuff to move, so they called in the help of Bob. Soldier ant, I just know you're waiting for it. Eventually, even the queen was ready. I apologize for the shitty footage. So the queen, workers and seeds were moved. That means the last thing they have to move is the eggs and the larvae. And this right here is probably the larvae of another soldier ant. It is pretty big compared to the other ones, and even compared to an adult ant. You're probably asking now, when are they finally going to move into the middle nest? Geesh, stop asking.
Never.
Yeah, I'm talking to myself here. No, I mean, I'm actually talking to myself. Currently, I'm sitting in my room, recording this nonsense. Anyway, on day 110, I noticed that the queen was gone, and that Bob was guarding the entrance here.
Bob?
I had a feeling they finally started moving into the right nest. Into the nest. This happened. To keep you watching longer, well, that part starts now. This right here is the original queen, and this is a new queen in the making. But
New
this
queen?
is just a start. By day 500, there are going to be at least 10 queens.
10 queens?
Right? And yes, I said that again to keep you watching till the end, because of course you want to see the ant queens and the ant funeral and the ant bite, right? Remember when I showed you the new queen pupae? Yeah, of course you do. That was like 10 seconds ago. Well, this is her. The next couple of months, I just kept feeding the ant colony a lot. They were growing fast. That means they needed a lot of food, especially proteins. Over 7 minutes into this crappy video, and we're still only at the first part. Don't worry, we're almost there, because we reached day 300. At this point, the colony really started to explode, especially the number of new queens. Here is one. You can recognize them, because the other ones are bowing for them. Oh,
how many queens does a nest need, dude?
Here is another one. Yes, she's alive. I think. This right here is the original queen. You can recognize her because she's effing huge. She lost her wings already, and she's the only one that can lay eggs. The other queens would normally fly out and look for a one-eyed ant. But yeah, of course, that's not possible here. So they're demoted to workers, but at least they're fancy.
So the ways that ants expand is they make multiple queens and then send them out.
One of the life stages of ants might be important information 8 minutes into the video. This is also a pupae, but it's a queen one. You can tell because she's fancy. Here is another queen one, but she's less old. And these are normal ones. You can tell because they're not fancy.
So they just progressively make more queens.
More active in the arena. This makes it sound like they're in the Hunger Games, but that just means they're really starting to build a nest in there. And that is not
because
I
cool.
put in too much sand at the start 500 days ago. It is because my dumbass put in more sand when I cleaned a few days ago. And yes, I used the mouth vacuum for this. That is just like a regular vacuum, but I'm the one that sucks. And this is the part where it went wrong. That is way too much sand. So of course, the ants started digging in here, which is not really a problem actually. So why I'm telling you all this, I have no clue. The next couple of weeks, or months I should say, I guess, I just kept feeding
this guy
them
does not know.
And seeds. And yes, the colony is growing.
No sun for 50 years? Damn.
You are witnessing Rockalina, the eastern box turtle, experience sunlight for the first time in nearly 50 years. Oh my gosh.
Wait, how's he not seen sunlight for 50 years? How's that even possible?
Look at her walking on that back foot too. So the question is, will she recognize this as food after being fed the wrong things for so long? This is kind of an emotional moment here.
How? How's this even possible?
Still sprawled out. This is kind of an emotional moment here. This turtle has gone almost 50 years without experience in nature in any way at all. To get you guys caught up to speed, this is Rockalina, the eastern box turtle that we rescued a couple of months ago after being kept on somebody's kitchen floor for 48 years. She was captured in the wild in 1977 as an adult already.
Oh,
and kept all these years on a slippery kitchen floor and fed cat food. And what's really interesting is, now we already know how this turtle was kept and that she was kept exclusively indoors, but her coloration backs up the fact that she's never been in the sun or experienced nature, because her color and markings highly contrast that of a turtle of her species that has been outside. Eastern box turtles are known as one of the planet's most colorful species, and although it's usually the males that are the most colorful, females are usually by no means dull.
Turtles live too long. I'm starting to think this. Aren't there turtles that live for like 180 years, dude? Like, what the fuck is their deal, dude? How long do turtles live? Well into their 50s if provided appropriate care. Giant tortoises can live for 150 to 250 years. How the fuck? $200 200-year-old turtle. Yeah, 190-year-old turtle.
Tortoise was born before your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and likely your great-great-grandparents.
Yeah, Jonathan is the oldest living land animal, and that is now recorded in the Guinness Book of World Records.
At 192 years old, Jonathan has seen a lot. Jonathan was born during the reign of Queen Victoria
Jesus
and has lived
Christ,
through 40
dude.
American presidencies.
40?
He's met royalty.
We had His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh here, Prince Edward. Of course he met Jonathan.
And in 1947, before she was queen, Jonathan met then Princess Elizabeth.
Yes, Jonathan, you know.
Teeny Lucy has been Jonathan's official caretaker on the island
Holy
of St.
shit.
Helena for more than a decade.
He knows my voice. I'm pretty sure he knows my footsteps as well.
The key to Jonathan's long life might be a healthy diet.
So he eats everything: carrots, apples, lettuce. He loves lettuce. Bananas are his absolute favorite.
At least she,
any
like,
sort
it's
of
cared
savory
for, or
foods
he's
around.
cared for,
But
but
it's
like,
more likely
Jesus,
genetics.
man.
According to the Smithsonian, Seychelles giant tortoises have an average life expectancy of 150 years. Jonathan is ahead of the curve. For Inside Edition Digital.
So
I'm
how
Cecilia.
fucking, what even is the longest living animal?
Mayfly, 24 hours or
Mayflies are only alive for 24 hours?
less, has the shortest lifespan on Earth.
Jesus.
Drone ant, 3 days.
3
is
days?
the shortest living among ants. Pacific Ocean perch, 98 years. They win.
100 years, lobster, sturgeon, turtles,
Rufai rockfish, 140
rockfish,
years.
Jesus.
Geoduck, 150
Geoduck, 150 years. Sea
Red
urchins,
sea
up to
urchin,
200 years.
210 years. 220 years. Greenland shark. Giant tube sponge, over 2,000 years.
What?
Despite the lack of any organs, they can feed and reproduce. Coral reef, 4,000 years. Great Barrier Reef is visible from space. Turritopsis dohrnii, forever. It's biologically immortal, can go back to being a polyp and grow up again infinitely.
Huh. So there are immortals. Just jellyfish. I think I'm gonna end stream. We've been live for 3.5 hours. Yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Tomorrow, hopefully.